Hello there. Welcome to SmartGence training. So this session is on security model in Salesforce. So let's start off with a very basic question. Why do we need a security? So as you would have known, in Salesforce, we would be having some, sensitive data stored in the organization, right? So we need to secure that data, which is why we need security. So as you would have known already, data in Salesforce is stored in the form of objects, fields, and records, and that data has to be secured from an unauthenticated user, right? So to secure that data from an unauthenticated user, we have different levels of security. So firstly, organization level security or system level security. So this basically, we can define login IP ranges or login hours to restrict the users who are trying to log in outside the IP ranges or login hours. So we can define those level of security at using this organization level security or system level security. Then object level security is basically we can define which objects to be visible to which type of user or the organizational wide setting for the object. Then field level security, so like whether we need that particular field to be visible to a set of user, if visible, if it has to be read only or edit. So those kind of security we can provide it at FLS level, which means field level security. Then record level security, we can define a set of records to be shared only with a set of people and as such. And even we have the functionality like to share a specific record to a specific user. So we can also do that in the record level security. Then the organization is also security. Basically, security model is of two types: system level and application level. So at system level, we have authentication. By authentication, we mean that if someone is trying to log in, then they would need the username and password. And in addition to that, they would also need the verification code to log into the application, right? So that is what we call it as authentication. Then authorization. So in case if we need to, log into the like partner applications like the data loader or workbench, then we need this authorization which will be establishing from Salesforce. Then social sign-on. By social sign-on, we mean that the user can log in using their email account or Facebook social media accounts, right? So that is what we mean by social sign-on. So we can also configure that as well. But at application level, we have different security model, like profile level. We can define the your security at profile level. Then we can also define the some record like some object security using permission sets and based on roles. Then sharing, like we can share a specific records to a specific user. Then owner based, like being an owner of a particular record, then that particular user would have all level of access to that particular record. Then a role hierarchy. So if a user has a particular set of access to one record, then the users above the user at the role above his hierarchy, then he would also have the same access to that particular record. So we can define that kind of security. Then we have this organizational wide defaults, by which we would be providing organizational wide security setting, like for an object, like we can set a particular object to private at the organization level. Then we can set it up using the sharing rules as well. So by sharing rules, we can share a particular set of records to a particular set of users. So these are the various security models in Salesforce. Then coming to object level security. So basically by profiles, we can control the object level and field level access. So we can also use the permission sets in order to provide additional access to additional objects in addition to this profile level access. Then the FLS would control the access to individual fields within an object. So then about the record level security, so this is actually a reverse permit functionality. So from the bottom to up, the visibility would open up. Like for example, let's say if we set a particular, let's say an account object as private in organizational wide default, then based on the role hierarchy, the visibility would open up. Let's say a user being an owner of a particular account record, then if a user who is in a role above his hierarchy, then he would also have the same access for that particular record. So likewise, it would open up. Then we can even open up that visibility, use the sharing rule. Like we can share a set of accounts like based on a particular criteria to be shared with a set of users again. Then in addition to that, we can also do manual sharing just by a click of button. So by just a click of button on a particular record, that particular record can be shared with another user. So that is how record level security would be defined. Yeah, this is just a glimpse on security model in Salesforce. We'll be discussing about every single one of them in the upcoming sessions in very detail. To quickly summarize, basically, the org level security would be maintained using like IP ranges or login hours and stuff like that. Then the object level security would based on the profile. Then the record level security we can define using the role hierarchy, sharing roles and stuff. And finally, field level security would be defined using the FLS in the particular object. So this is what this is the high level idea on security model in Salesforce. Thank you and happy learning.